and and I'm in a relationship with my art, and I feel extremely dedicated to it, and nothing can ever stop me from being dedicated to that. So that is something which has developed over the years, and you know, it could be anything. It could be it could be a song, it could be a piece of music, it could be elevator stuff, it could be anything.
But I'll give you an example. The inspiration comes from traveling, from the food, from various different things. Like we were in Delhi, and Delhi has this very peculiar language. You know, they speak half Punjabi, half Hindi, half mixed with, I don't know, lots of different things. And we were in the car, and you know, this guy, the driver, was on the cell phone and he was talking. "Arey, ye tu kya kar raha hai yaar? Tu ye heavy kar raha hai kya?" You start thinking, you know, what is this word "heavy"? Because it's not part of your normal vocabulary. And we went to this press conference, and they were setting up, and somebody was shouting, "Arey, tu heavy kar raha hai?" So you start thinking and wondering what this word is. And when we asked, heavy actually means, you know, just like that, heavy. So when we got back, we had we were doing this film called Band Baja Barat, and that's where the song came from. So, "Main to heavy lut gaya." So you know, that's your source of inspiration. It can come from anywhere. So and to continue with the same thing, we have this custom in our studio where, you know, you could do lunch wherever. You could do lunch by yourself or together. But when you're doing tea, we have a tea break, and everybody sits together on this one table. And there's a lot of biscuits and tea and coffee and whatever everybody's drinking. And Ashraf Bhai has been there, and Sair's been there. And everybody who comes to the studio knows that it's a custom. So everybody sits, and we have this thing of these biscuits which we dip into the tea and eat. And so the lyric writer that came, he was sitting there, it was very new for him. It's actually a very smiley thing, right? Dipping your biscuit and eating. So
we're very good at that here.
Yeah, I know. So he came inside, and he was sitting and saying, you know, he's dipping his biscuits, and he said, "Oh, this is very nice." And that's where he came out from with that phrase, that "Chai mein dooba biscuit ho gaya, main to heavy lut gaya."
So on that note,
this is one part of being influenced with getting inspirations. Similarly, I'm sorry, I'm going to extend this a little bit because this is very reflective on with our community. We were doing a movie called Qurban, and in Qurban there was a situation where the main protagonist, Saif Ali Khan, he develops his relationship with his lover, that's Kareena. And immediately they cut to a sequence where he goes to a mosque. Saif goes to the mosque. Thank you. And he prays, and the script, it was written in the script that he prays to Allah and thanks Him. He starts his namaz, he prays to Allah and he thanks Him, and that's where the song begins. And I don't know why this phrase came in, and obviously you all know Shukran Allah walhamdulillah came from there, and it's something which we are so familiar with because it's part of our prayer. And I thought, why don't we bring this prayer in this song? And it was anyway part of the script, and I took the chance of bringing and singing Shukran Allah before. It's actually a love song. It's the melodies. Nazron se nazre mili. It was a composition which was like a love song. But then I thought it would be fantastic to start this with Shukran Allah walhamdulillah, and that suddenly created all the magic. And that's again something that I reflected upon when Hazrat Imam said that keep making devotional music, because it's been going on for centuries and it'll go on for centuries. And I feel some of our music has this devotional element in it, which is what makes it timeless, which is what makes it something that will go on forever. So these little things that sort of add on to the, and speaking of inspirations, our faith has been a big source of inspiration, right from childhood. All the ginans and stuff which we've recited as kids has been an amazing form of music for our ears, for our soul, and for our spirit, and that's helped us tremendously to create music.
On that note, I want to share with you that when this Jamat Khana opened just several months ago, that was the song that was recited on the first celebration as a part of marking the occasion. So let us clap. Yes, we're glad to be in this Jamat Khana. We're very fortunate to be here. So speaking of your love, you'll do anything for your love. So my chai mein duba biskut ho gaya moment happens frequently when I'll run into a corner and I'll record something on my phone. I'm pretty sure I've lost many friends doing this. But that's sort of my way of capturing inspiration. So when you have the inspiration, how do you take the inspiration through development, production?
Belief, faith, confidence, and all these elements. You have an idea. If it stays with you for the next 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's special. Something keeps ringing. For example, I'll give you an idea. Before we made Jubilee Mubarak, there was a song which we had composed. I don't even remember it now. But the fact that I don't remember it says it all. You have to, you get a sense, if you get an idea, a tune in your head, you probably record it on your phone or something. And then that feeling of that belief that yes, it has something special. It has something beautiful for us to develop it. That is something which is an internal thing, and that happens. I can't explain why it happens and how it happens, but it does happen. And something about it being simple, something about it being, hummable, something about it like people will be able to listen to, recite it, and feel good about it. That just happens because of experience. But yes, the idea happens anytime, any moment.
But what he's asking is what happens after that.
The first thing is belief. First thing is that this has something, and then it extends.
And then what happens is it comes to the studio and we sit down and we start producing it. While Salim's playing the keyboard, maybe I'll put in some drums. Raj now does a lot of the production work with us. And the drums and the first keyboards actually sets the tone for what the song is going to be. And then the bass line and all the other stuff, and the beautification of the song happens. But once the tune is made is also when the lyric writer steps in and starts writing the lyrics on the song, on which everybody sits and ideates and maybe work on getting a hook, something that would be memorable, like Jubilee Mubarak Maula or Shukran Allah Alhamdulillah. So once you have that, and then the words start forming around it and creating a story out of it. Once the whole song is complete is when the singer would sing it, but before that Salim would put down.
Many a times we cancel the song, like we just discard it. Like we develop it and the next day we listen to it and like, it's okay, nothing great. Because I feel always there should be that feeling of excellence. You can't make something which you feel is just okay. It has to be amazing. It has to be incredible. If it's not, then I think you should not continue doing it. So, this is something which we follow always as a rule, that we try to make something incredible and something amazing. And you have to always, like they say, aim for the stars, right? So that's always been the goal. And if that's your goal, then obviously you will reach somewhere. People will accept the tune, they will like it. But if you just trying to make something okay-ish